So today I'm starting a mini series about how to install this cell phone booster. This is a Drive X RV from WeBoost. It's the new model, but it's really just a variation on old models. So the first step here is looking at what's inside the box, and let me walk you through that now. And one thing I really like about this product is I can have multiple devices inside my trailer all hooked up to the same connection. It almost forms like your own miniature cell phone tower inside your trailer. So this is all pretty nicely labeled, and they include the instruction book here right on the top, and then they have labels here for the steps. So this says steps 1 and 2 right here. This says step 3 on it. But you know, the reality is that installations are messy things, and the things that are in this kit aren't the only things that you're going to have to manage during the process. So I appreciate WeBoost's efforts here to keep this organized, but the reality is you shouldn't rely on the way this looks in the box. You really need to take it apart and organize it and make sure you have things planned out. So let me walk you through all the parts that are available here, because WeBoost has included a couple options in their package here, and you can really think about those options in advance. They have a user manual in here. As you might suspect, the user manual includes nothing, no details whatsoever about how to route the cables in your RV, how to get through your roof, how to seal it, etc. You're going to really need to look on YouTube at this video and other videos like it. They do include a hole saw. This is a nice-ish hole saw. It's bimetal, high-speed steel. It's a 1-inch hole saw, so if for some reason you lose it, you can just use a regular 1-inch hole saw. It's a nice inclusion. Already had one, didn't need to spend money for it, but I suppose most home installers will not have this, so they'll need this hole saw. In the middle here, we have our interior components. At the heart of it is this booster. This is the electronic brain that makes this all happen. And WeBoost, Wilson Electronics, includes a bracket that goes, you mount the bracket to the wall, and then this snaps into the bracket, which is a really nice way to do an installation. Thank you, Wilson Electronics. The booster itself has a line out to the outside antenna, and it has a line into the inside antenna, and it has a power port, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So in terms of installation of this box, of this device, it's really very simple. As long as you don't mix up your ins and your outs, pretty hard to do it wrong. The antenna here has a nice-ish, long-ish cable on it. It's pretty small. I actually expected it to be bigger, so I'm happy to find out that it's pretty small. And it does have a rubbery coating on the bottom, I guess for desktop use. I'm probably going to mount this with Velcro somewhere. One nice option that Wilson Electronics includes is they include both an AC adapter for standard household electricity, and they include the equipment you'd need to hardwire this in for 12-volt running. And they use the same plug into the booster itself. Now, in my installation, I want to run this off of 12 volts so that it works all the time on all of my systems, especially off of solar power. But there may be times when I want to run it off of AC. So you can swap from 12 volt to AC power just by changing that plug out. So that's the internal components, the booster, the antenna, and the power adapters. Over here we have the external components, and they include the antenna itself, an antenna extension mount, which is actually hollow, so the wire can pass through it. It's a nice touch. They include the spring mount for the antenna so that if it's up on your RV and it hits something, it will spring down and spring back. I don't know how durable this antenna is though, so I'm not sure I would want it to hit anything. I mean, I don't want to be featured on 11'8", taking the antenna off my RV, so I'm going to be careful. And I'm also thinking about whether I want this very high or close to the top of the RV or whatever. And that's why they make this extension separate so that you can decide that. They include quite a lot of cable. And then the mounting bracket. Now here's the thing about the mounting bracket is they give you this mounting bracket and these U-bolts with a clamp. And with that, they are assuming 100% that you are mounting this to the ladder on an RV. Most RVs have a ladder, mine does not. So actually, WeBoost has included nothing that I can use to mount this to my roof. So I got to figure that out. Chances are I'm going to use a marine antenna mount. I have heard also that CB radio antenna mounts match the threads on this antenna. One thing to note is that these wires look a lot like cable TV wires, and this connector is very, very similar. I mean, it looks nearly identical to standard cable TV. The wire is the same, but the connector is not. So you can plug these into your cable TV input or output if you've got one on the trailer. And you could use that as a pathway through the skin of the trailer if you wanted. You would need an adapter for this to fit the larger standard for cable or television. But going through the outside of your RV and mounting this antenna on a pole is something that a lot of people have done because they haven't wanted to mount it directly to the roof. Couple other nice little details. They include a cable gland here, or a gland-like cable mount. I don't know that I'll use this. I probably won't, but it's a nice touch. They also include a little Loctite, which I just think this is great. They're including Loctite to lock down the threads on the antenna. And that's a really nice touch. Again, WeBoost being very thoughtful in its packaging here. So there you have it. That's the full extent of what's included in the box. Cable tie mounts, cable ties, a nice hole saw user manual, right? The internal components, the booster itself with its mounting bracket, the internal antenna with its cord, and then a 12 volt and an AC power adapter. And you can choose which one you want to wire in, but you can swap them at any time. And then over here, you have the outside antenna itself, an extension to lift it up higher on the roof, a spring to make it bend when if it hits something, and then the ladder mount and clamp if you wanted to mount it to a ladder, and the cable for running it inside to your internal components. I hope this helps. If you want to get updates on the next part of the series as it comes out, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. Okay, there you go. I'll see you next time.